Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am the one, the only, the shit king meme king, Phantom X, and alongside of me is my brother from another mother. Introduce yourself, kind sir.
Well, kind sir, Mr. Phantom X, my camera died. No! Oh no, it's back. Don't worry about it. Hello, everyone. My name is Jake. I go by Big Dog Jake. BIGGDOGGJAKE. I am a professional, though occasional, VOA for hire. I am a political writer and analyst for hire. I love video games. I love metal music. I will talk to anyone about them. And for anyone who's tuning in, and to fandom, I really, really appreciate being here. Thank you so much for having me on this test stream, Phantom. Throwing it back to you. Let's give the people a little bit of an idea of what's going to be happening for the next little while.
All right, so this is basically a test to make sure that my equipment works, because here in a few weeks, after the 1st of next month, myself, Big Dog Jake, MMA Crease, Sophie Raccoon, Spartacus Chris, and Tobias, Mr. Furry himself, Tobias Nexus,
our mascot.
We are gonna start a show. What's the name of the show, Jake?
Well, the show is going to be named after and inspired by a phrase that I like to say often: for the homies. For the homies.
Wait for a second.
Will there be porn in here? Are these guns too much for you? Do these count? You want some of this? Is this, you want a little bit of skin? Is that what you want? You want to go off the shoulder? Mr. Wayfarer, sir, thank you so very much for tuning in. We really appreciate you being here. This is only a test stream. It's only going to be about a half hour, so around 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to end, but thank you for tuning in to be here. I'm going to test my moderator status by kicking you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
So let's get this started. So
before we start, I just need to say before we start,
what do you want to talk about?
Don't tease me with a good time, Big Dog. Sir, this is not a threat. This is a promise. There will be a good time had. I promise. What do I want to talk about, Phantom? What do you want to talk about? This is your stream. This is your channel, good sir.
Yeah.
I'm just a co-host.
Well,
you're the main host.
Well,
you can talk about whatever you desire. I'm off the hip with this. Shout out ABS.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to the GCA. The GCA had a rocket ship strapped to their back Wednesday night, and they're going into the stratosphere, everybody.
Absolutely. We are.
So
go ahead, man.
My
apologies.
Sorry. Let's talk about X Defiant.
Let's talk about X Defiant.
So
and if I may say so, real quick, we all hail from the Fellowship. All of us here, Phantom, myself, Wayfarer, and chat, we're all part of the Fellowship. We hail the 199. We certainly hail the GCA, of which we are members. We love the GCA. We are affiliated with the GCA in the sense that we are members of the GCA, but the show is not affiliated with the GCA or the Late and Gay with the GCA podcast. It's just a separate thing. But X Defiant, Phantom, please go ahead.
Okay, so Wafer just said something. The one thing that is like a taboo on YouTube, we can't talk about religion. That's a channel killer. That's a channel killer.
I will not talk about religion.
Now,
I don't see a problem.
I mean, you can bring it. You can bring it up to like your faith and stuff. That's fine, but it's not going to be like a lot of it, because that is definitely a channel killer. I've seen it.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up, because I'm so sorry for interrupting, but I apologize. But the Wayfarer brings up games, politics, culture, dating, family, religion, and stuff, etc. Well, games and culture, nerd stuff, etc. Certainly. Politics, maybe a tiny bit here or there if it depends on the game we're talking about. If politics are involved. Family, I doubt it. I might mention my fiance Anna, who I love very much. Shout out to Anna. Religion, no. We're not going to be discussing religion. Phantom just said so.
Okay, so I got a chance to play XDefiant the other day, and it was a shit show.
Oh my, what's it?
I do have up on my... Okay. Oh, man. Don't take me wrong. I think the game is cool. I give it a 5 out of 10. The game, the shooting mechanics are just like crazy. The lag, people shoot. Oh, you explain my video I posted. You can do it better than I can.
So, a few days ago, Phantom was playing XDefiant. I think it was the first day he loaded in. And he can mention why it was the first day he loaded in and it wasn't earlier. However, he posted a quick video to his Twitter about 1 minute and 45 seconds long. And I'm not going to bury the lead here. The netcode is borked. It is absolute trash at this moment. A very, very simple thing, 2 simple examples is you would see Phantom aim down sights of his gun and begin firing. And instead of basically, because it's a hit scan game, the moment you pull the trigger, hit markers appearing, you go bang, 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 hit markers. Bang, 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 hit markers. It takes about a quarter to half a second for hits to start registering, which also leads into example 2, which is there's another part where Phantom is running and goes to run behind a wall, and he begins to get shot as he runs. But instead of getting shot and dropping right here before he crosses in behind the wall, he runs, is getting shot, gets behind the wall, and then drops. Which you can't have that in a shooter. You can't have that in a shooter. You can't have a quarter of a second delay for every player. That's insane.
And also, like, so the character I was using has a riot shield. They were shooting through the riot shield, not at my feet, but through the visor that you look through. Literally, the bullets were coming through that. And
so, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I somebody mentioned to me the other day, is it a COD killer? No. The only way COD is going to, end, it's going to be by their own hands. So,
it'll be.
Do I think XDefiant is going to do it? No.
Right. You did mention
or Microsoft,
at least tangentially, which is that, or Microsoft, which now owns Activision Blizzard, stroke King, because they also own King, the mobile game developer famous for Candy Crush. But you did tangentially relate it to. Please excuse me. Please excuse me. You did tangentially relate it to Call of Duty in the sense that I thought personally, and you described as well, and I agree with you, that it kind of looks like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4 a little bit aesthetically, and it kind of plays like Black Ops 2 as far as how it controls and how the guns feel. And Black Ops 2 as well. I didn't play Black Ops 3. I didn't want to play Black Ops 4 because it was multiplayer only, and I didn't want to spend money on that. I'd much rather have waited to get Cold War because it actually has story in it as well. And Call of Duties have never had a massive single player, but they've always had some story. And I find it interesting for, 4 or 5 hours of a campaign just to have some fun. But, you need to walk like a duck and quack like a duck and look like a duck to be a duck. You can't just look like a duck and quack like a duck. You have to walk the walk as well. So a COD killer, it is not. And Call of Duty, generally, it is not. It is its own thing. And frankly, as of right now, it's kind of trash. They have to fix that netcode. Phantom, what do you think?
Well, I have to say, so I did take screenshots of so I'm using a submachine gun right now. I can't remember the name of it. And it takes so much. Yeah. It takes even longer to unlock like the attachments and everything. I just unlocked my red dot. Yeah.
Really?
So I just unlocked my red dot and I played like 10 games to unlock it.
Okay.
10 games. And I'm like, what the hell?
So 2 questions. First off, what is the unlock order, if you will? Let's go by Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare rules, for instance. Let's say the first 3 unlocks in COD 4 were the red dot sight, then the silencer, and then the ACOG. So that's the order. I know they kind of changed them in some of the other games where the red dot came after another attachment. And then in a game like Black Ops, you can just purchase it with the currency that you earned in game. And 2, how would you compare the amount of points or the amount of time, the amount of matches you need to play before you have enough of whatever currency or XP or what have you on the firearm to purchase that first unlock?
Well, to me, it seems like it takes way longer. I'll have to pull it up again, but it's just, you can do like the red dot is first, I guess, but then you could do there's several different like sort of like challenges. I think it does. I really didn't pay attention to that because basically I didn't get to play it day 1. It was the next day because nobody was playing it until the next day.
Right.
The game was dead until the very next day. But it does have somewhat of a promise because it's because I forgot what I was going to say. Now, it does employ some maps for Rainbow Six Siege, and I can't remember the name of it, but since Ubisoft, so Ubisoft is the creator and the showrunner, game runner of the Rainbow Six series, from Rainbow Six all the way up to now. So that means we might, take this with a grain of salt, maybe, just maybe, we might get, say, some Rainbow Six Vegas maps, maybe Vegas 2, a little here, a little there. Because I'm telling you, Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2 are the... Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
The Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and Vegas 2 are the strongest in the complete series, hands down.
Really? You would argue that Vegas and you're quite all right. You would argue that Vegas and Vegas 2, which I loved. I loved Vegas and I loved Vegas 2. I played the crap out of that. We've discussed it before. You would argue that it's potentially even stronger than Siege. Also, by the way, I'm offering to share my screen to share some pictures looking at the unlocks and what that UI looks like for XDefiant. If you would like to also, if you'd like to share with the people. There we are. So go ahead. I'll just scroll through this as you talk.
All right, so there's only like 5 game modes. They don't have a hardcore yet. It's pretty much core.
Okay.
I think the weapons are OP. Maybe there was an update today. I gotta check and see what it is. It's like a combination between I say Call of Duty and Overwatch, because you do have a escort mission type deal where this robotic creature walks through, and you get like checkpoints, and that
just like Overwatch.
You have it's something like King of the Hill. You have something like Domination. Yeah, Domination. I just have to say that. So when you get so many kills, you have a special ability, but it takes forever to fill it up. Like some of the characters can turn invisible. You got one that has an active sonar. I haven't really played the other ones because I've been playing the Phantom faction. Ha ha ha. But yeah, I give it a 5. I give it I give it a 5 out of 10 because it's an early game and maybe it'll get better. I mean, if you really look at the games like No Man's Sky or Halo Infinite, it took time to get them right.
Indeed. And if I may just read real quick what it says regarding XP in X-Define, and specifically in regards to unlocking firearms. It says X-Define features 3 types of XP: profile experience, which increases your account level; weapon experience, which increases your weapon level; and battle pass experience, which advances tiers in the battle pass. As far as attachments are concerned, you only need to focus on weapon XP. This is earned naturally by playing the game, getting kills, performing feats of skill, like going on a kill streak. Each gun levels individually, so much like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, where there were a lot of guns, and they each had 12 attachments at least, and you had to level them individually. So you won't be able to apply attachments you earned with one weapon to another. For example, if you're in a reflex sight on a submachine gun, you won't be able to use it on an assault rifle until it reaches the requisite level. This system encourages you to find a few firearms you really like and commit to them, rewarding you with more flexible build options. However, and I appreciate the gamer for noting this specifically, and I would like to hear what you have to say about this, Fandom. It says, the grind to level a gun can be sped up slightly through the use of weapon XP boosters. These can be found as rewards in the battle pass or purchased separately on the game storefront. Now, Phantom, how do you feel about that? Because I know how I feel.
I think it's a load of crap because it's pay to play. Now, see, they started the whole gun boosting stuff back in Cold War. I would say Modern Warfare, the remake, Modern Warfare 2, but it was more in Cold War. And you would do challenges and they would unlock it. Yes. So now playing it, does it help boost your stuff? Yeah, but in Cold War, it gives you a limited time to use the boost. Some were 15 minutes, some were an hour, some was 5 minutes. I mean, it's just coining on how what the level of the boost was. And also they would have XP boost. An hour, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it would be.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the battle pass, let's talk about how much to buy coins. Not only can you unlock coins by doing challenges, which I'd like that better if they would just kept it that way, because I believe that a lot of people will just buy the battle pass. They'll spend hundreds of dollars, rush through it, get all the boosts so they can have an advantage over everybody. I think that's a load of crap. That should not be part of the game, period. Because there's a lot of people out there who can't afford it.
Of course.
I mean,
as someone used to say,
so
$5. Interrupting. I apologize if I'm interrupting, but as someone used to say,
go ahead.
we're stuck with the free-to-play model of battle passes and purchasing things in games. So much so that even though XDefiant is a free-to-play game, there are now pay-to-play games, $60 games, or hopefully not $70 games, that have battle passes as well that are 3 months or what have you, typically 3 months, so quarterly. Always, 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 especially when it comes to something that is skill-based like a shooter, you should never lock anything or offer boosts to get quicker anything that allows you or assists you in being more effective at the game, whether it be attachments like a reflex sight that allow you to have better target acquisition, whether it's a detachment like a silencer, which allows you to be more quiet in more hardcore playlists, or anything of that nature. The fact that they offer boosts that you can consume that can be unlocked through the battle pass or bought separately, frankly, is unacceptable to me. I agree with you, Phantom. It's absolutely unacceptable. For battle passes, things that you pay for a skill-based game, cosmetic only. We're stuck with purchasing things in games, free-to-play and pay-to-play games. We're stuck with it. We know that. It's whatever now. But as far as customization goes, it should remain purely cosmetic.
Well, I mean, look at the model for Fortnite. Now, if you buy the Battle Pass, it doesn't give you boost. Everything's pretty much cosmetic, and it gives you V-Bucks that you can build up to pay for your next Battle Pass. Like myself, I have Microsoft Rewards because I do have Game Pass, and I let my stuff build up to purchase stuff on my Xbox. Go that route. You can say you can browse the computer. You can do these little like read stuff, do a puzzle, whatever. You get points. Easier way than paying $50 to $60 to nearly $100 to get money to spend on this game. See that this is where they get you with free to play games. They get you with the Battle Pass. They get you with the cosmetics. They get you because the boost and everything, because they know hardcore gamers will spend hundreds of dollars to get this shit. Hundreds of dollars to get this shit.
And free to play games are
they're
really good at this now, because you can spend $60 on a game
100%
and play the game by itself. But free to play games are really good at getting people to spend way more than $60, oftentimes at least $100, sometimes more, as Phantom said, on these games. And sometimes, even after spending that much money, you're not getting as much of a complete product as you would buying even a modern Call of Duty for $60 or $70.
Oh, I agree. I mean, and now since Microsoft has Activision, we possibly will get the next Call of Duty on Game Pass. And here we go again. You got to buy the Battle Pass. You got to buy all this stuff. Now, back when, Battle Passes were implemented back in the 360 when it came to, say, Gears of War. Gears of War 3 was the first that I know that had a type of a battle pass, which it unlocks skins, it unlocks weapon skins, it unlocks certain maps. Now,
Gears
Black
of War
Ops
3 came out in 2011, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's been 13 years, specifically April 8th, 2011.
Yeah.
So almost exactly 13 years, a little bit over 2 months, a year, 13 years, 2 months.
Now,
please continue.
The good thing about the good thing about Black Ops 2 Battle Pass, you would get all the maps free. You would get certain skins discount for the weaponry. You could get like free backgrounds and stuff, and it would give you more room, more time to like edit your videos and post them anywhere.
Right.
No boost, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have to buy back then they didn't have the skins. What you got is the character you built yourself.
Mm-hmm. And sadly, long
fast
gone
forward
days
to
of the original Black Ops, where you earn
mm-hmm.
currency in game and can purchase any attachment, any weapon, and thus any attachment for said weapon, any camo for that weapon, and of course there were 1 or 2 camos per gun that you could unlock based on challenges with them. But Black Ops specifically for multiplayer was made so that from the basically the very start, with like an hour of gameplay, you could have 5 customizable loadouts that could be an equal match to somebody who's even put 100 hours into the game. Long gone are those days.
And also, if you remember in Black Ops 1, when you prestige, you had to earn it all over again. And see, we don't get that now. The prestige, how they do the prestige stuff, like, okay, look at Call of Duty Ghosts. You didn't have prestiges. Okay. You just went from 1 to whatever. You didn't get a rank. You didn't
55, 60.
It boosted your count, but that was it. Now I like Ghost. I like the story, even though it's now. I mean, when it came to like the story in Ghost, yeah, it was using animation from the original Modern Warfare 3. Doesn't matter.
I remember that controversy where they had side by sides of the trailers and they were showing the animations for players. Well, it's Call of Duty up until not Black Ops 4, but the game that came after Black Ops 4. I'm not sure which one that was. From Call of Duty
that would be Advanced Warfare.
Okay, so Call of Duty 2 up until Advanced Warfare ran on the same engine, which was actually a modified version of id Tech 4. It was the Quake 3.5 engine, which is quite an old engine. So by the time they got to Advanced Warfare, that would have been the 10th or 11th one. They had so much spaghetti code in that game. My goodness. They eventually had to change to a new engine, which they finally did.
Didn't they switch over to the Unreal Engine like everybody else has?
They did. They switched over to Unreal 4. I don't know if they've switched over to Unreal 5, but I'm pretty sure they switched over to Unreal 4. So that's what the Modern Warfare 2, and now Modern Warfare 3 and Cold War games are on. And I imagine their next game will also be on Unreal 4, unless for some reason they have decided to upgrade to Unreal 5. But considering how long they were on the Quake 3.5 engine, I imagine they're going to be on the Unreal 4 engine for quite some time still. At least another 5 years, I'd say.
Well, I do know sometime next month we're going to get the Xbox showcase. And I'm definitely going to watch it. And hopefully Jake will watch it too. And we will make a video together talking about it. Because, all right, so rumors are we might get an announcement for Gear 6. They might talk about the new Call of Duty going on Game Pass. Maybe some Halo news. Take all that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. These are all hopes and dreams now, people.
And maybe they might talk about a new Destiny game because they just literally started shutting down servers for Destiny 2 not too long ago. So, is the Destiny series dead? Is it DOA now?
Well, I played Destiny 2 for I played it at the very beginning for maybe 50 hours, so the first year of Destiny 2. And I played year 7, so last year I played for maybe a month, a few hours, a few days a week. But over 2021 and 2022, when lockdowns were still in effect, my total time in Destiny, including year 1 21 and 22, and last year, the final bit that I played during those final maybe like 50 hours, I racked up a little over 700 hours in Destiny 2. And it was announced in the middle, so summer to autumn, around there last year, that the new expansion was going to come, and it usually drops at the beginning of March, and that'll be for the next year. So the season pass became available for the 4 main content drops, including your season pass for each of the 4 seasons. But then Sony decided that they were going to not shutter Bungie, but say to them that they're not making enough money, fire a lot of people, and then in early January, meanwhile, a ton of people have pre-ordered the next expansion. They announced in early January, instead of the expansion dropping in late February, early March, like it has for the past 7 years, they delayed it until summer. They delayed it until the end of June, beginning of July. So an extra 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, they're working on the Marathon sequel stroke remake, which you could argue, depending on how Marathon turns out and depending on how they make it, whether it'll be a game like Destiny 2 or whether it'll be a game equivalent to like a Halo 3 with a campaign and a multiplayer the way it is, that could in and of itself kill Destiny 2. Just because Marathon might be a superior game and people might just start playing that instead. And if Destiny 2 dies, even with Marathon out, and even if the equivalent amount of players that left Destiny 2 move over to play Marathon instead, Sony might see the drop-off from Destiny 2 and decide to fire even more people from Bungie. It could potentially spell the end for Bungie at Sony, period, which would be a dang shame.
Well, I mean, you got to think also we had the controversy with the whole LGBTQ crap they put on their website. Then they did the whole Latinx and all with the Latin stuff. Bungie has become woke as shit, people. Their last great game was Halo Reach. Destiny 1, Destiny
making Halo.
Yeah. Now, Destiny 1 didn't really have a campaign. It's an okay game. Played it, liked it. Destiny 2's campaign, Destiny 2's campaign was phenomenal. I went through it so many times, so many levels, because each level you would get a higher weapon graded stuff. Multiplayer, I had to say it was playing better than Halo 4. I mean, Halo 4 multiplayer, and it was already out for like a couple years before that. Destiny 2 came out after Halo 4. Excuse me. I think before Halo 5, which Halo 5 is ass.
Yeah, it came out before Halo 5. I didn't play Halo 5, but I played a little bit of Halo 4, but I didn't play the multiplayer for Halo 4.
I think the multiplayer is not on par with Reach, because Reach has got the best multiplayer of all, because you can sprint, you got the hologram, you had the shield already built into your stuff, had a phenomenal campaign. It is a prequel. Highly recommend, if you can, go buy the Master Chief Collection.
Oh, yes.
It's so wonderful. Yes. Me and Jacob talking about getting it and playing together. Hey, and we're going to start Reach, and we're going all the way through.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to lasso all 6 games. No, we're not going to lasso it. I don't think so. We're just going to play on like normal or heroic. But absolutely, we want to play through all the campaigns co-op together. But the Master Chief Collection, it goes on sale pretty often nowadays, especially with Infinite out. And Infinite is starting to again receive more updates, although it's a little tentative. But as far as the Master Chief Collection goes, it goes on sale often for about $30 or $20 on Steam and on Xbox. I don't know if it's on Game Pass. It might be, or it might come to Game Pass soon.
It is, and it's free.
Well, then there you go. So you don't need the Pro Game Pass. You don't need the $18 a month Game Pass. You can have the baseline Game Pass. And it's cross-play between PC and Xbox. And the cross-play is good. There's very little lag. There's very little input lag on your end. And I think the servers that they utilize, or the regions that they utilize, which you can turn on and off and select which specific region you want. And you can also choose to do input-based matchmaking if you want, which allows you to, if you use a controller like me, somebody who has a bad back, I like to sit back and use a controller when I play first-person shooters on PC, especially when it comes to shooters, because I was 8 years old when Halo Combat Evolved came out, and I played it with a Duke in my hand, and I love the feeling of it. That's how I know how to play Halo. It's a great game. Go out and get it, because you have, again, in chronological order of time, you have Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Orbital Dropshot Troopers, which has a pretty interesting campaign and story.
Actually,
and you can go into 4-player co-op, and then Halo 4 as well.
Actually, you got to put you have to put ODST between Halo 2 and Halo 3 because ODST is when Chief and them go to the Halo in Halo 2. That's the conversion. It's in between Halo 2 and Halo 3.
You're correct. Halo ODST does come between.
Okay, so we've hit
3, but 6 games, baby. I'm sorry, Phantom. Please go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so we've gone 7 minutes over. This has been a great stream.
Absolutely.
Tell them who you are one more time and where to find you.
One more time, my name is Jake. To make things easier on people, I go by Big Dog Jake, BIGGDOGGJAKE. I am a professional, though occasional, VOA for hire. I'm a political writer and analyst for hire. I love video games. I love metal music. I will talk to anyone about them. You can find me at BIGGDOGGJAKE on Twitter/X, Beware Politics, on Instagram. You can also find that same username on Discord. You can shoot me a message. We could talk about metal music. We could talk about video games. You could hire me for VOA or political writing stuff. Or we could just shoot the shit like we're doing right now, Phantom and I. As far as where you can find me regularly on stream, on Mondays, I do Off the Hip with Alec Baldwin's Finger. And coming up, this most recent stream, we had a new intro that was very kindly made by NerdSlab. And we have a special surprise coming up for the upcoming stream on Monday. So make sure you tune into that and watch from the beginning. You'll see. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to be surprised as well. Phantom, where can the ladies and gentlemen find you, good sir?
Everything Phantom X, also on Discord. We will when we start the homies channel, we are setting up a Discord for that.
We are indeed.
Jake's links will be down in the description down below. My links also. And just make sure if you like what you see, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more great content. I do videos. I talk about video games, politics. I talk about a lot of different stuff on this channel. Till next time, he's Big Dog Jake. I am Phantom X, the shit meme king. And we will check you out later. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day, Monday. Stay safe. Eat a lot of food. Go to sleep. Go party. We'll check you later. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace out and rock on, guys. Take care.